So guys, let's not waste the time too much because we have already, uh, wasted too much time on it. So now what I said is when we talk about Spark architecture, it has some core component like Spark core and Spark, MLIB, that is machine learning libraries, Spark graphics, Spark graphics, Spark data frame, Spark data set, Spark data set. So it's whenever we talk about why we need Spark and what's the use of Spark and why we cannot use other processing engine. So Spark basically provides us a facility where we can process the data in a fashion where we can analyze also and store also, and it process the data very faster as lightning fast because it stores the data in RAM. So when we talk about RAM, earlier we used to have data processing system like RDBMS where we just store the data and analyze and process. Okay, but when it comes to modern era, or when it comes to huge data sets, then we require some faster processing system. Then HDFS file system came into our picture, which stores the data into mapper and reducer. So it creates map and reduce to store the data and to process the data. But if we talk about streaming data, let's say social network data or some Crick info data, share market data, aeronautics data, scientific data from ISRO, NASA, or some news data. So the data which is frequently changing nowadays. Okay, so the data, let's say today share market is Nifty has some value and tomorrow the Nifty will change. So the data that is changing frequently, that is known as the streaming data, or you can say live data. When you talk about geospace, or when you talk about space science, when you talk about uh, if you go to railway system management, the data will be changing frequently, minute by minute. Why? Because if you open the IRCTC portal and if you try to book the ticket within a frequent of second or minute, ticket will be full, seats will be full. So that behaves like a streaming type of data. Okay, so streaming of data, it means data is coming in a stream way. It's not like historical or batch data that one time the data will be bumped and one time the data will be stored. Earlier, what we used to have, we had a files where we try to store the data in files or in a databases, and whenever we require, let's say if you work in any software companies, and if you need to have the record of the employee who has joined uh, from 1990 to 2000. So if you need a data of the employees who has joined uh, within a span of 10 years, so how we fetch the data? We have to go to the data warehouse system, I mean schema of the schema of the data. Let's say the data is stored in the MySQL databases. Okay, any doubt here? So MySQL databases, what it does is it stores the data in raw and column base. So column will be like name of the employee, salary of the employee, joining date of the employee, designation of the employee, and address of the employee. So these are some common features that any company holds the record. If you work in bank, if you work in hospital, if you work in any government sector, if you work in any school, if you work in colleges, if you work in software companies, if you are working in insurance company, so all the all these organization uh, having storage of the employee data, right? So why it requires is because suddenly client needs the data, or if you can say like CEO of the company needs detailed data, like those employee I want to interact with them, those who joined last 5 years, so that I can improve the output of the company, or you can say improve the productivity of the company, because from last 5 years the company is not doing good, and there are ample of data that is predominantly used by the uh, current employer. Okay, so employer is like those who provides the salary, those who provides the work to the respected employee, respective employees. Okay, let's talk about a banking system. So what a bank does is the bank is like an employer, and there are several branches. So each branches has its own area manager, sales manager, cashier, and different levels of officers, and some junior clerks and admin department. So all of these facilities are distributed through the higher authority. So some person has legal legal authenticity to check the user's database or user transaction. Some employee has authority to provide the loan, and some has authority to clear the check balance, or some employee has authority to understand the user request, uh, what is the query that is day to day it's coming. Some fraudulent issue happened, that we can check using the fraudulent officer or security officer. If we need to if we need to have a ATM debit card or credit card, or if you are going to open a new demat account or saving account or current account, so there is a authenticated person for that. So all this infrastructure, we can say infrastructure works on a level, so that level provides by the higher authority. So let's say uh, in January 2026, 1000 users has connected to XYZ bank. Okay, and the users are from the specific region. So region wise client needs to understand how many users have joined in this bank, and what is their reason. So from which specific region or district or state the people are connecting to the specific bank. Am I right? So what we can do is we have to go to the databases. So basically any application has 3 to 4 level, but majorly we can understand like 3 level. One is UI, that is user interface. So what user interface does is the application or web application, when you open any bank website, or when you open any railway application, or any application that you are going to daily use, like Flipkart, Amazon, Miso, Blinkit, Big Basket, and Quick Ride, Rapido, Ola, Uber and Zomato, Swiggy. So there are hundreds